We are back, and we are live, and we are hot, and we are awake.
I would like to put something into the suggestion box. Do we have one of those?
Not that I'm aware of.
Do we have HR?
We can.
Is it just our moms? I felt like maybe starting next week, we should surprise them with a new intro.
So you're saying you don't like my intros? Take it away. I'm more than happy to let you do an intro.
I do like your intros. I just think
obviously not if you're asking to change
we're
it.
like in the late 20s of our episodes. Like we're 28, 27. I'm just thinking it could be nice to switch it up. You know, we're in season 2. We've evolved. We've grown. Oh no, honey, don't get offended.
I'm not offended. I'm thinking about what I'm about to say to you.
Oh, okay. We'll wait.
Well, give us a better.
Man, you burned me.
Oh, I wasn't. No, I'm not trying.
What
to,
a rebuttal.
I'm not trying to offend you. But what's wrong with the intro?
There's nothing wrong with it. I just think every once in a while it's a nice switch up to switch up the energy.
Tell that to Kid Craddock. Tell that to Steve Harvey.
I just don't
tell that to Howie. Tell that to Ryan Seacrest. He didn't switch it up, and he was been on TV for 25 years.
What's his intro?
Every time they come out the thing, hey, and you're welcome to American Idol, and they always do the hug and the celebration. Every great TV personality person in history, I'm not saying that's me. I'm saying that they have.
That's exactly what you're saying.
No, they had their thing. That seems like a terrible idea. What's your thing? How would you do that?
But that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I haven't really gotten a chance to explore my thing because some days I'll try to beat you out on the intro.
No, you still half asleep.
No, I try to beat you out on the intro, but you're in charge of clicking the recording button.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as you click it, you start going, and it's impossible. I just think maybe we could do something together, more concise.
And I would love to hear. I would love to get just a general idea of anything.
Baby, this wasn't that deep for me.
Obviously it was.
Happy Thursday and welcome back to another episode of We Shouldn't Have a Podcast. My name is Lacy Cavalier Carmichael, and I think I'm now in the doghouse with
Jackie Carmichael.
Oh my gosh.
Jackie Carmichael. This actually, you know what? I may put in my 2 weeks.
I'd like to see you try.
I'm not being appreciated at my work at the office.
Yeah, I think you're appreciated just fine.
Well,
we're hot and we're live. So what's going on, Jack? How are you this morning?
I'm great. I've been a little blindsided.
Sorry.
I've been a little blindsided, but you know what? We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it shake.
It didn't hit me until I heard you, but it's fine. We're moving on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm moving on.
I moved on. I'm enjoying my coffee. What did we do yesterday?
Oh my goodness. Yesterday was a great day. It was more of a chill, just enjoy the backyard, hang at the house, read books, catch up on shows, take a nap day. And I really needed that.
Yeah, I agree.
And then later in the afternoon, our friend Keely and her little baby, Ollie, who's 15 months old, they drove up to see us because Keely and Ollie were with us in Turkey. So we haven't got to see them in a couple months because they went home a little bit early after the earthquake. And so it was really, really nice to see them and just see how big Ollie's gotten and catch up. And so we swam in the pool and we played Dutch Blitz, had dinner, and then they drove back. But that meant so much to me.
Yeah, it did. It really did. I'm so happy that she came up and you got to see her. And yeah, it's just really, really cool because I've never met anybody or been around anybody overseas that was from where I'm from.
Yeah.
Like, and we had 2 people this year that had either been close or had lived in Manhattan or were from Kansas and then knew all the spots that we were talking about, like the cities and stuff. It's just cool. So yeah. No, I'm super happy she got to come up and we got to see Ollie. It was awesome.
It really was. It just, it means so much to me because it was a 2-hour drive, and I don't know, I feel like I've struggled in the past with friends that don't make the effort, you know, and I'm like really good at making effort in that way, and so it was nice for that to be reciprocated, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that drive solo with the baby is tough.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I'm just happy I'm happy we got to see her, and happy we got to play Dutch Blitz last night. The person that introduced you to your favorite game, we had to play yesterday, so you know.
That's right. Yeah.
That's really why she came, just to play Dutch Blitz.
I'll never forget, we were at her apartment in Turkey, and she had just gotten there like the week before, and she still had a suitcase that wasn't unpacked, and it was Go Macro bars and Dutch Blitz in this whole suitcase. That's what it was. And so we were like, what is that? And she goes, oh, this is a fun little game, we'll have to play. And she introduced it to us one night, and the rest is history. It's my favorite game now.
The rest is history. Do you want to explain it?
It's just basically a speed game. It's matching colors and numbers, and yeah,
Definitely. I mean, it sounds that easy. I mean, it's not. It took me a good couple times to actually like be able to lock in, because there is a lot going on.
Yeah, because it's speed. It's like you're trying to beat out other people. If you've played Blitz before, they say it's very similar.
What's Blitz?
It's like the same concept. I just don't think it has like all the same rules as far as like the Blitz pile.
It's not Dutch.
I guess not. Not that version. The American Blitz. I don't know. But it's just really fun. I like games like that make you think and keep you sharp. I didn't go to college. I played Dutch Blitz.
I'm weak. But we finally got a W yesterday.
How did you?
Barely.
No idea. I did win yesterday. How did you enjoy yesterday?
I had a great time. You know, I just love a good chill day at the house with the fam. Yeah, not much. We went outside. Lucas has discovered what a tire swing is.
Yep.
So we do all the underdogs and all of that stuff. So he got dad working.
Yeah.
Out there in the back. Weather was great. Sun was out and popping. We were in the pool. Just living my best, 13-year-old summer.
Seriously.
You know, so it's good. It's good. I'm having a lot of nostalgia being home and seeing just things around the house, in the backyard, in the city, just all the things. We drove by the high school,
couple days ago.
So it's all good.
Mm-hmm. Is there somewhere in town that you loved to eat that you want me to experience?
Because
y'all's downtown is so cute.
Yeah. There's a...
If it's Cane's, that's okay. I'd love to experience that.
Well, there's a place called, this isn't like, I wouldn't say this is the best food in town, but this place is like stayed open through COVID and through, just the years. It's called Vista.
Uh-huh.
And unlike McDonald's or wherever, their ice cream machine actually works, but it's like when you walk in, as far as I know still, it's like you like stepped into like a time machine.
Really?
Like it feels like it's a burger joint from
the 50s.
What was the Brady Bunch? 60s or 70s? Feels like you stepped into the 70s.
Okay.
And so it's got like the orange laminated seats, like those round orange laminated booths with the
those always
brown,
make you booty.
Yeah, with the brown tile And I mean, just like the old displays where it was like the film that was like in behind the light, like there was a light, and then they would drop the film, or
they dip it in something or whatever.
The letters that you would put, the letters that you would like put up like individually to say, Coca-Cola, hamburger, cheese hamburger, whatever, with like, and it's like white or black,
a letterboard,
black and red, letterboard. So maybe Vista. There's actually a Jamaican spot.
Nice.
Across the way called couldn't tell you the name. It's a Jamaican spot. But there, and I mean,
y'all ate at home a lot too, huh?
Yeah, we never ate out. I didn't really eat out till I got to college, in all honesty.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a couple spots. I'm sure there's a couple new spots in Aggieville that
I could do a Vista Burger.
A Vista Burger. Whew. Yeah. It's like Manhattan's White Castle, I guess you could say.
Oh my gosh, now you just ruined it for me.
Well, it's not White Castle. I'm just saying, I'm trying to get the vibe type deal.
If you
we can swing by.
Wanted to convince me to go, what would you compare it to?
It's like a Midwest Cottons.
I know, but I thought you were gonna say Burger King.
Burger King.
You said White Castle.
It's not comparable. It's not comparable.
I know. I'm
Burger
just saying. I said, how would you get me to go?
You know what? I gotta be honest with you about something real quick.
Oh no, what'd I do wrong?
Not that you did any. It's not that you did anything. Let's not say wrong. But you killed my energy this morning. Just because I love doing the intro. I love bringing my, thing to it. Je ne sais quoi. Did somebody just knock on the door? And that's okay.
I'm gonna pause it.
Okay, so let me get back on my soapbox real quick.
Jump back on.
Let me jump back on. The sun's coming out. I want to have a great day. But I just felt like my energy was dashed a little bit. And I just wanted to say that. And I hear you that you want to change up the intro. And
it was just a suggestion. I was looking for a suggestion box.
And you want to know something? I'm going to open up the suggestion box. I'm going to take it out. I hear you. I would love to hear your intro tomorrow.
No, I said I want to collaborate. But first I would
love to collaborate on an intro with you.
Thank you. Well, first I would like to apologize. Because I never want to dampen your shine. That was not my intention. I was just poking at you on air. But I do would love to.
Me in a sore spot.
Oh, I did not know that this intro meant so much to you. But
It did. You always want to bring something to the team, and I felt like I brought the intro and the energy to the team. I thought you appreciated that. You bring the
intro and the energy. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. I genuinely am. On the 100th episode, we can open the suggestion box.
Give me a chance to write a couple suggestions too.
Yeah, you can write it.
No, I don't have any suggestions because I think you're great.
No, we're talking about the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Of course I'm great. I'm just kidding.
No, I think you're all the way around. There's nothing I would suggest.
Honey, don't play this game now.
I'm not playing get it. I'm not playing any game.
Okay, well, we can keep the intro as is. We all love the intro.
No, I think you need to continue the way you're doing. We're headed for greatness, and we're in our get-ish done era, and I'm excited to see what we can collaborate on. They would say 2 brains are better than 1.
When you
4 eyes are better than 2.
See what we can collaborate on. I just immediately thought like children.
That too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I was talking about. 20 toes.
Don't leave me hanging.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of 20 toes. I was looking at your toes. 20 toes is better than 10. I'd rather be 20 toes down than 10 toes down.
Wow. You're inspirational. Thank you for that. I would love to be 20 toes down with you. I think that's what I've signed up for.
So, anyways, moving on.
Anyways, Burger King, White Castle.
Onward and upward.
Yesterday we got to catch up on our shows during Lukey's nap time.
Yes.
And we watched the Summer House Part 2 reunion and the Vanderpump Part 2 reunion. No,
we did not watch Vanderpump.
I mean, sorry. Real Housewives Part 2.
Correct.
Vanderpump came out last night and we were having family time, so we didn't.
Summer House reunion.
Yep.
Okay, is that what you said?
Yeah,
right.
Summer House and Real Housewives.
Yeah.
Of New Jersey. We watched.
I got some thoughts on Summer House. New Jersey. I'm ready for this next one. The third one, I'm going to have a lot to say about the third one.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the guys.
I can't wait for the guys because it's like, I really do believe Melissa and what she's saying. I don't believe that she cheated on
me neither.
Her husband. I don't believe that. And it's like anytime Teresa speaks, it just sounds like a lie. Like it legit sounds like she's like, and you know what? This is if she doesn't even speak in complete sentences. And it's just like, it is what it is, but it's like, I truly believe that, you know, for a multitude of reasons, that she's jealous of Melissa. She's jealous of her relationship with her brother. And I think it's just led to like this. And I think also that she's, I think she plays it up a little bit for the show as well. Like just leans more into that, like that I want just hatred. Because that's what comes off as. It's just, it bums me out.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't help that she has like an army of people on the internet.
Correct.
That think she's right or choose to believe she's right.
And that's the scary part.
Yeah. I have never looked to see really what just happened to my voice? I've never really looked to see who's more supported on social media between the two of them.
Well, I would say that counts. Well, sorry, were you going
no,
further
that's
than that?
it.
I would say from what I see, like to me, like when I follow All About the Housewives account, shout out, All About the Real Housewives, it's like Real Housewives, RTH, some RH. It's almost like leans a little bit more towards Teresa, which I get annoyed about.
In favor of Teresa,
because like they'll like say like Melissa Gorga yesterday, she was selling handcuff bracelets at her shop, her boutique, and she had a t-shirt that said I know you don't, her quote yesterday, like, I know you can't stand me, or I know you don't like me, but I'm still glamorous, or something like on a hoodie, like playing in, like selling merch.
They all do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I think
like Lala with the send it to Daryl or something, like about the attorneys. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I've seen
the
that.
merch she made.
Yeah. So, like I said, I see 50-50, but I think most people are on Melissa's side, if I had to guess, but I could be wrong. But
yeah, I don't know. To me, it's obvious.
Yeah.
And I don't think in any conflict does everyone handle it perfect, but Melissa, I just feel like, is usually speaking more coherently and directly. She'll pop off too, but I just think her points obviously make sense, and what Teresa's trying to say never makes sense. It always feels like a projection. Yeah. I mean, Melissa's standing on business right now first, and this is the first time I've seen Melissa really like go for it, because typically she's trying to like protect the future of the relationship, and I feel like now she's like, all right, I'm completely done, so it doesn't matter.
Well, and to me, what it seems like too is that I think that, you know, say what you want about Joe Gorga, or not Joe Gorga, Joe, I'm tripping. Say what you want about Joe Gorga, but at the end of the day, I think that he's so hurt by Teresa and all the stuff that's gone on about the wedding and everything, that his wife has seen that. And last year when he came and spoke on things, he got called a bitch boy.
Oh my gosh.
You can bleep it out if you want. Sorry. I mean, anyways. So, now I think she's like, well, I'm going to stand up for my husband and defend him. Last year, I let him try to speak for himself. That didn't go according to plan. So now I need to, like, I've let this go on long enough. So
yeah, I think they're really good at supporting and defending each other. Not like necessarily blindly, but just like, you're not going to disrespect my significant other, you know?
Yeah, you can't. That is my wife. That is her husband.
Yeah, they're a good team.
Great team. I think they always have each other's back. They never go against her, and they always are on the same page. And I'm like, yo, respect to y'all for, you know, being solid, because it would have been a lot easier, especially on TV, especially with the cameras, for their relationship to deteriorate because of all this stuff going on, and for him to buy into, wait, did you really cheat on me? Wait, did you really do this? Did you really X, Y, and Z? And he knows his wife. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure,
you know, respect.
And like you said, I don't believe either that she cheated.
No.
But I don't know if you've noticed, like, this rumor's about her, and she's the least bothered by it. Everyone else is up in arms.
Yeah, she's just like, not true.
She's we've heard this before. This is old news.
Yeah.
I know. That to me, like, is the sign of someone that's not guilty.
Correct.
Because she doesn't feel like she has to defend herself. Like, she knows her husband knows the truth.
Yep.
And the end.
That, I mean, and that's how it should be. Like, if you know definitively that this is not the truth, it should never bother you what other people are saying, because you're gonna be like, at the end of the day, like, every time you call me up, I know that this is not the case. If you guys are concerned about this is what you guys want, then so be it.
And Teresa's always like, storyline.
Yeah, she wants Melissa kicked off the show.
But I'm like, this is your storyline, Teresa.
Yeah.
Melissa, that you literally set Danielle up, you and Jen.
Set her straight up.
To corner Melissa with this rumor.
Which makes me think.
That was already dead and over.
Which makes me think, do you think that production of what Andy actually seemed shocked, but it's like
I don't think he's ever shocked.
Whatchamacallit, why can I not think of her name now?
Danielle?
No.
Jen?
Yes, yes,
Jennifer.
Jennifer. She already had approached Melissa about it.
Yeah.
And then was acting shocked.
And Teresa had.
And Teresa, and it was acting shocked. And then they went and told Danielle, and then they set Danielle up so crazy in Ireland, because that had to be premeditated. And
Danielle's still siding with them. I don't understand why she's chosen that route. Maybe looking back now she won't after. I don't know, but we shall see.
Man, I'm telling you, fellas, if you are listening to this podcast, and I don't know what our demographic is percentage wise, but if you haven't sat down with your lady and watch Real Housewives, do it, please. I'm begging you. These are the most gangster women on the planet.
I was laughing last night because Brittany Aldean posted Jason and a couple of their friends were like sitting down. It was like 3 couples sitting down watching the Vanderpump reunion last night, and she's filming him explaining to the guy that doesn't know anything about it, explaining everything that's gone on and who's who and why they're watching this, why it's important.
That's like, hilarious.
I literally responded. I was like, this is Jackie to a T. It was so funny. He was like, basically, the one in the red and the one in the black have been together 9 years, and then this cheated on the, and he was like, they're basically just a hot mess, and it was just really funny.
Yeah, that is hilarious. I mean, Vanderpump, as far as like, and I've only been locked in for the past 2 years. Like, I haven't been like, it's just, that was one of those things where it was like, I felt like that was going to be a lot to take on as far as like a big undertaking. Yes, exactly, and like learning. But I feel like I came in at the perfect time, because I know just enough to be dangerous in the fact of like know all of the things that are going on. Yeah. And I'm way more interested in, well, first of all, what they're about to reveal in this last part 3, but then what's going to happen next year.
Didn't you say they like delayed filming because they didn't know who was going to stay, Teresa or Melissa?
Yeah, I think the last thing I read about the Housewives of New Jersey was that they were like, I think everyone got put on a social media pause from what I believe Margaret was saying. And it says it's the first time that Bravo has put the New Jersey Housewives like on a pause, as far as like, y'all can't say, because Teresa and Melissa were just going back forth
on social media.
back forth. I think they were like saying stuff on Twitter, saying stuff on Instagram. She was putting stuff in the boutique. Teresa was saying this, and then Teresa got the daughters. The daughter was saying this. It was
probably getting like aggressive with the fans.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they probably are gonna start feeling like, I mean, I'm sure they get death threats and all that sort of stuff.
100%. And Louis got the
Louis? Oh my gosh.
Louis nuts, man. Louis gives me snake oil salesman vibes. Like, yes. Very cutthroat, very much I don't care what anybody thinks. It's my way or the highway. Type of vibes, where it's like he just seems like a really bad businessman. I'm only saying that from what I see on the show. Obviously that's my opinion. Yeah.
So far they've talked about this like private investigator that he's bought to
Bo Dietl.
Yeah, but like now the reunion this last episode has revealed that it wasn't just about Melissa and Joe. He's literally, which he said it on the show, that he's got dirt on everybody, but there were multiple people on the cast that were like, he's done this to my child. He called him up. That sounded bad. Done this to my child, but like, he's gotten weird information and threatened people's families. And like with Rachel Fuda, she was in the process of adopting her stepson, and she
crazy.
Claimed that Joey, what's his name? Louis, and his private investigator contacted the mother in prison. I'm pretty sure she's in prison, because she said he found out what prison she was in. That's what she said. So
I didn't hear that part.
To like basically try to derail the adoption, because we learned on this season that she has the right to stop it if she wants to make contact with her son or something like that. She has a certain amount of days to object to the adoption.
Yeah, and what's the play with that? Like,
just to like ruin people's lives. Well, like, this is a child we're talking about that wants to be adopted by his stepmother. His mom's in prison. Like, are you that evil?
I don't know, man. It just seems like if he thinks he's Don Corleone and he's up there like the shot caller, like, you mess me up, because I believe that Rachel is siding with Melissa, and that's what it seems like that Rachel is like completely distanced herself from Danielle. That's very evident. But then with Jen and the whole nose thing, and then she doesn't vibe with Teresa. I think she's just like, I don't want nothing to do. And she saw it from the beginning. She's like, I make my own opinions, and I'm not getting involved. It's like, I just don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am above this, in the sense of like, what y'all are talking about is ridiculous. And so, yeah, the fact that they tried to intervene on the whole adoption process, and like him obviously saying, I don't want to be with mama, I don't want anything to do with her, whatever. And for them trying to get in between that it's not good. Yeah. It's like, it's really not good. So I know Mr. Fuda is not happy.
I know they showed previews of him, and as he shouldn't be. If there's anything to go off about, it'd be your child, like disrupting your child's life. That's already a challenge for him, And I don't know. It honestly is heartbreaking. And that boy, he's like a teenage boy. He is so precious. I think I talked about it on here. It made me cry. The whole adoption thing. Like, he was looking at his stepmom like, I want you to adopt me. Like, I've wanted you to for a long time. Like, that's, and then for this evil man, I mean, who knows if that's true, but Rachel thus far has not been one that I believe would lie about that. Like, I actually take her word.
Well, they got the phone number off the thing.
That was Margaret.
Oh, Margaret. Yeah. They got his phone, and the Andy you saw in the preview showed him the thing and said, is this your phone number? He's like, yeah, that's my phone number.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's gonna pop off next week.
Yeah, and so
should we have a watch party?
I would love to.
Okay.
Would love to.
You should invite some guys that have never seen it before and make them start
I feel like I would love to. I think that's a dope idea. Sometimes it's a hard sell because I feel like even when we talked about,
they have to be in love with a woman to get them to watch it, kind of thing.
What you mean?
Like you had to be in love. No. You had to be in love with me to sit.
Correct. Yeah, there has to be a reason for them to like buy in.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Well, anyways, on to Summer House.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I think this is the last season.
They can cancel the show for all I care at this point, and bring back about 2 people.
They're such bullies. Bullies. Like Paige, Sierra, Maya.
Yeah.
Even Danielle now. And Amanda goes back and forth. I'm like, Amanda will show these really sweet, kind, understanding, empathetic, hopeful moments, and then we'll turn around and be sitting there rolling her eyes at like whoever's speaking, and it's just such a bummer. And Kyle inserting himself into every conversation that he doesn't belong. I'm just over it. Like, no one, y'all think y'all literally do no wrong, and it's hard to watch.
It is really hard to watch, and it's like it's not even that I feel that invested in it. It's just like you start to get down to like just like basic human respect like just a human, like you just like a humor. It's like, do y'all operate like this in y'all's real life, or are y'all just doing this for TV? Because it's like y'all are really acting like the biggest bullies. I'm like, you got Kyle being the head of the snake, and then you got sitting there trying to go back and forth, trying to justify for Danielle about the fact that she wasn't bent out of shape about them having a relationship or getting married, whatever. And it's like, no, that was 100% the issue.
Yeah.
She was mad in her own relationship. She wanted to move in with the guy. She wanted the guy to be there more, whatever. That's why they ended up breaking up anyways.
Yeah.
And so it's like, that was an issue. You were feeling some sort of stress in it. People would have been.
You were feeling neglected by your boyfriend.
No question. You were feeling neglected by your boyfriend.
So you needed them to,
and you needed that.
The throuple.
You needed Lindsey. You needed Lindsey to pick up the slack for what was for the deficiency in your own relationship, instead of being proactive and getting mad at the root of the problem. Like, you should have broke up with him. I guarantee you, if you'd have broke up with Robert at the beginning of the summer and said, hey, these are my non-negotiables. I understand this is your job. No disrespect to that. We're done. I'm going to go live my summer in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
And we can reconvene. I bet you she would have 100% have had a better summer, and this probably may not have happened, because I don't believe they were the issue.
And I completely agree. And in the moment, like, you don't make that choice, and you go through your summer and whatever, you realize it later. But it's like, she's still not realizing it later. Like, we're sitting, I was like hopeful for the reunion that she would be able to watch it back and say, I was so out of pocket. And it's she still is literally said, I don't regret anything I said.
There's zero accountability. And
I'm not saying live with regret, but I'm just saying maybe let's put on a different pair of glasses and like watch it, And so that was upsetting to me. And this whole like smear Lindsey and Carl campaign is so old. It's even if Lindsey and Carl were all of these things that they're saying they're the ones that still look bad because of the way they're like treating them. So, I mean, it's just all evident, and I'm like, y'all are saying they're the mean, calculated, whatever people, but y'all are treating them exactly how you're claiming they treat y'all. So it's really not adding up. Like, we're going to believe what we're seeing before our eyes, which is that y'all are disrespectful, unkind, unforgiving. And it's just, it's honestly hard to stomach, because Lindsey and Carl both sitting there had said multiple apologies, and that they understood where they were coming from, but also just wanted to be heard and understood on theirs. And they refused. They refused. I don't think any of them said, I could see where they're coming from on that. Like, Danielle did not once say, I overreacted. It should have been all about you guys. Like, she did say she wished she didn't talk to as many people at the engagement party. And it's like, that's not the point.
Sorry, I wish that, no, you're good. I wish that somebody would have brought up, like, shorty, somebody at the engagement party told you to not make it about you and to not do it here.
Tried to stop it in the moment.
Yeah, tried to stop
Honestly,
it.
Good on her, whoever that was.
And it was like one of their old friends. It was like one of Lindsey and Danielle's old friends. I
just didn't remember her name.
Yeah. And they told her in that moment, hey, you're tripping. And it's like for her not to recognize that and to not have any accountability, and for her friends not to hold her accountable, it's just like at this point, you guys are not benefiting each other at all. And like, shout out to Gabby, to
for sure,
Sam, to what's Sam's?
Well, they didn't really say anything, but
but that's what I'm saying is that Corey, like all of them chose to remove themselves from it, even on the reunion, because they're just like, hey, we don't want to be involved in it.
We don't agree
with it. But you could see that, like I said this.
They don't agree with the mean couch, basically.
Correct. And like you can see, like I said this a couple podcasts ago, but Paige dislike for Lindsey from way back in season 6 years ago is still now, and she does not want Lindsey to be happy or to move on with her life or with Carl, and that's the sad part.
It is sad. What's crazy is they played that clip back of what started all of this, the catalyst all of this.
Yeah, I remember.
It was Paige. Paige sat down and started telling Lindsey that all these things that Danielle feels about their relationship. She was the reason that they started having issues, and then wants to sit back and go and blame it all on Lindsey. It was Danielle's original words, then Paige delivering Danielle's words to Lindsey, and then Lindsey literally could have reacted, gone crazy, been upset with her, but she multiple times tried to have a conversation with Danielle, and Danielle could not formulate a reasoning for why she's so upset.
Yeah. I mean, and didn't she say, like, I would love to go back, and actually I would not love to go back, but at the first or second episode, I remember her going like, I'm just going to drop this information off and see what happens.
I don't remember.
Like she said something very calculated in the sense of like, yeah, I'm going to say this and, like, just sit back and kind of see. Like essentially so saying that rude. She was like going to destroy. Yeah. And it's just like I don't see her and Craig ever ending up together at the end of all of this. I really don't. And I think that she knows that. And I think she's putting off the inevitable. And I think that she's unhappy with things going on in her life. That's a big assumption, but that's the way it came off at the reunion, that she's just like would much rather focus on Lindsey and Carl's relationship than her own relationship and her own, issues and problems of
I'm like,
in her own relationship.
You're in your 30s and Lindsey and Carl have known each other 7 years, dated for a year, and decided to get engaged. Y'all think that's nuts, but you're 30 years old and you don't want to live in the same city as your boyfriend because that's too much commitment.
Well, she's got attachment issues.
Like, but I'm saying like that's reverse on what needs to be addressed and what's odd.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like why I'll never understand why people take time out of their day or their life to like hate on someone else's situation or give someone's situation more power and energy than something that's going on in your own life. It will never make sense to me. It's like, why do you care so much about what we got going on and not worried about the things that are obviously glaring in your life that are major issues that you're choosing to ignore, Yeah. It's crazy. It's human nature, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It just makes me think of a lot of scripture that talks about it, and it's like we all do it in some capacity, like us doing it with each other in marriage. Like you end up doing it and you don't even realize it. Like, what does it take the I'm just gonna say wood because I don't remember the term, but the scripture where he's like, take the wood basically out of your own eye, or the splinter. I don't know what he says.
The splinter,
out of your own eye before you like start saying something about your brother. What he's doing, whatever.
Throwing rocks at a glass house, pretty much.
No, I think that's a different.
I know it's analogy. Something different. Is that a different analogy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was talking about scripture where he's like talking about basically like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Jesus definitely did not say throwing rocks at a glass house. No, I know he did not say that.
Oh, from a glass house. I don't know
Don't throw rocks at a glass house.
From a glass house. No.
No, don't throw rocks. Don't throw rocks at a glass house. Am I tripping?
I don't know. I don't need to look that one up. But anyways, basically, like, none of us are perfect. None of us are worthy. Whatever. So, I mean, I guess you could say that about what we're sitting here doing right now, talking about the show. I guess it's a little different because they choose to give us like entertainment, and the point of these shows is to like discuss them. But yeah.
I mean, they're choosing to take up, like, I can tell you now, if that was me, what I'm saying now, I would have said then, that would not have changed my, stance on how I feel about that. I feel like they're going about this all, I don't know, it's all the psychology behind all of this is interesting to me too.
Yeah,
how these people act and intertwine and choose what issues they want to discuss and not discuss. And
Bravo's probably the worst thing that we could like spend our time enjoying. And eventually we'll kick it to the curb probably, but right now,
speak for yourself.
No, but anyways, it's Thursday. Our family gets here today. The rest of the fam.
Yes, everyone gets here today. Yes, I'm excited.
The rest of the babies. Yes. And we're going to go have breakfast. And oh my gosh.
You said what? Oh my goodness. You put gummy snacks inside of in honeycombs?
Nice.
How's it taste? You put them in there? No, I didn't.
Did you?
Did you? No. How'd they get in there?
Did Grandma put them in?
Grams must have did it. All right.
Anyways, we're gonna go hang out with the family.
All right, guys. Have a great Thursday. You want to come say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Here, you want to say it in the mic?
Goodbye.
We're gonna go hang with him and finish our coffees.
Yes. I'm gonna get more coffee.
Thank you for listening.
Yes.
And
like, subscribe, comment, run it up.
For sure. Follow us on Instagram. Add us to your Spotify podcast library.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see y'all tomorrow morning.
All right. Bye, guys.
Peace.